Hey guys, welcome to Snake Nook. I'm Vanny and with me I have Hurricane, my Colombian Boa Imperator. He's about 2.5 years old or so. Well, actually he's a little older. He's closer to 3 than 2.5. Welcome to Snake Nook for those of you that are here for the first time, and for my returning viewers, I'm so happy you're back. And the topic of today's video is just some things to consider if you're about to get your first pet snake. Stay tuned. Well guys, I'm just gonna go over just a few considerations for you to keep in mind if you're going to get your very first pet snake. If that is your case, congratulations. I'm sure your pet snake is going to be awesome. But there are some things I would like you to consider. So if you're just getting a pet snake, if you're in the process of looking into what kind of snake you want to get, it's going to be your first snake, you're looking forward to an expo that's right around the corner, or you're planning to go to that pet store, please take some of these things into consideration. So one of the things that I would like you to think about before you get your pet snake is, have you done your research on the species you're going to get? Make sure you do research on a species you're interested in. So whether you're interested in a snake that's going to get kind of large, like Hurricane will, because he's a Boa Imperator, common boa, so he's going to get kind of big, about 6 to 7 feet in length or so. He's a male, so he's going to be a little smaller than the females of the same species. Know what you're getting, guys. If you're getting a corn snake, like a rat snake, a king snake, if you're getting a boa, a python, whatever it is, a carpet python, whatever it is you're interested in, know about the species, guys. Do your research, because it's very important to know what kind of husbandry you need to provide in order for your snake to be happy and healthy. Another thing I would like for you to consider is the space that an enclosure will take. So once you've done your research about your pet snake, do you have that space? Do you have the wall space, the floor space, and that you're going to need for that enclosure? Now, I'm not saying think about the enclosure when they're little, because that's pretty easy. But think about the enclosure when they're fully grown. So for example, Hurricane is an example of a snake that when I got him, he was tiny. And if I can get a little picture of him somewhere here when he was little, he was very small, and he's not quite 3 years old yet. He's close to 3, but not quite there. Look how big he is now. He is about 5 feet tall, or or slightly smaller than 3 feet, 5 feet if he hasn't already reached 5 feet, and he's not done growing. He will put on at least another foot and a half, maybe even 2. And a 4x2x2, those are the ones I have behind me. Those are 4x2x2s. It'll give you an idea of how much wall and floor space they take up. They're right behind me. They're just about 3 feet behind me or something like that. Anyway, he's going to require more than a 4x2x2. It's very likely that he will. So in the next couple of years, in the next few years, when he's about 5 or 6 years old, I'm really going to have to be looking at upgrading, and it could even happen sooner. So I'm not sure when he's going to be upgraded, but it's going to be when he needs it. So as he continues to grow, that upgrade may be necessary a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, I don't know, but it will be necessary at some point for me to upgrade him. So know about the size of enclosure that your snake will require as an adult. Another thing to keep in mind, guys, if you're getting, you want to consider this if you're getting a pet snake, it's your first snake, you're going to be very excited about your snake. You're going to love this little creature. And when people come over and they don't know about your snake, you're going to want to show them your pet snake, whether it's little or older, but they're not going to be as excited as you are. So not everybody thinks that snakes should be pets. So some people may have nice reactions, and other people will be like, oh, why do you have a snake? Or in my case, why do you have so many? Making me feel like I should hide my snakes because there's so many. But not everybody will be happy for you that you have a pet snake. They're probably going to question even your sanity. Worst case scenario, they're going to wonder, what are you thinking? So just keep that in mind, that not everybody that may come to your house will want to see your snake. You know, let me tell you a little something about my husband. He loves to show off the snakes, especially the bigger ones. And I've had to tell him, no, if they don't ask, don't show them the snakes, because they don't want to see them. He loves the snakes, and so he wants everybody to see the big snakes, and he'll bring everybody up here to the snake room. Oh, look, I have all these snakes. I'm like, goodness, not everybody. And I see some of the reactions are like, okay. And other people are like, cool, wow, yeah. So not everybody's reactions are positive. Not everybody's as excited as we are about snakes. So just know that, guys. If it's your very first snake, just know that your excitement may not be your relatives' excitement or your friends' excitement. So just be aware of that. Something else to consider about getting a pet snake is that they do not act at all like mammals. So they're reptiles, obviously. And you're not going to get the reaction you would from a dog or a cat when you come home. You know, they just kind of want to be left alone, and sometimes you got to coax them out of that enclosure. And yeah, like Tsunami, no, not Tsunami, this is Hurricane. See, when you have the number of snakes I have, Hurricane was tucked away in his little box that I put back up there on this bed tray right there. See this bed tray? There's that box. So Hurricane was in that box, and I had to coax him out of there so that he could join me for today's video. And he was kind of like a little bit sort of like trying to hide from me. You know, he was just playing hide and seek with me. He was trying to hide. My arm is getting tired, guys. I've been holding him for a while because I've like done this video like 3 times already. But anyway, so your snakes will not act like dogs, cats, bunnies, birds. You know, sometimes your little bird will fly upon command, and not the snake. The snake's not going to be all happy to see you that way, like, yay, waggly tail and head butting like a cat. But your snake can be very rewarding. They're awesome to hold and to interact with. And to spend time with. They really are. For me, they are very calming. I do work in a profession that can be very stressful and draining, and at the end of a rough work day, I just want to come home to a snake. And my husband too. My husband also has a difficult job, and sometimes he'll tell me, I need a snake. I say, yep, I know. Yep. So our snakes are go-tos. There are go-tos after work, and so we definitely look forward to spending time with them. But when we have a dog, and we have, you know, a few cats, and they're awesome too. But I don't know, like just having a snake, like holding my snake and interacting with my snake is the best for me. And so something else to consider, if you want to have a good relationship with your pet snake, guys, you're gonna have to condition them to handling. That's a given. And I don't want him to go on my head. And conditioning to handling is constant, and it becomes a routine. And that's just so that your snake is always conditioned, and you know, you can predict your snake's behavior. So you want to hold them often and regularly, routinely, and so forth. And then one more thing to consider, guys, about keeping snakes as pets is that, well, you're gonna have to feed them whole prey. Rats, mice, some snakes can eat quails, chicks, some snakes eat other reptiles. So just keep or amphibians even. So keep into consideration what kind of prey items your snake will require, and and then, well, they do require them in whole form. So just keep that in mind, because in Hurricane's case, well, the rats keep getting bigger. So it's getting harder because they look so cute. They look cute when they're little, they look cute when they're big, and it's hard to feed frozen thawed. I can't imagine live. So that's something else that you would have to consider as well. Some people do feed live, but you know, that's up to you, the keeper. If you want your snake to eat live, that's a bigger responsibility because you have to be there monitoring, supervising, making sure that the rodent does not attack your snake or any other type of live prey, that the live prey doesn't come after your snake. So it requires a great bit of responsibility. You don't just throw in a live mice. You just don't throw in a live mouse or a live rat and walk away thinking that your big bad predator snake is going to take care of it. So you want to stay there and you want to make sure that your snake eats. But guys, I feed frozen thawed, so that's just safer overall for the animal, and for everybody, for you the keeper, for the snake, and for the prey itself. And yeah, so that's about it, guys. So congratulations if any of you are getting your very first pet snake. I'm sure you're gonna love your snake so much. You're gonna have fun with your snake, but please do your research, know about the enclosure requirements, the space that you have available in your house. And not everybody loves snakes as much as you do. Just keep that in mind. That's just the way it is. And yes, you're gonna have to buy prey items for your snake, whole prey items, and yeah, make sure you're just aware that your snake does not behave like a mammal, because it is a reptile. Just something that I think is just like super simple and so obvious, but sometimes I think we expect a little too much from our snake friends as pets. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for staying with us for the duration of the video. I certainly appreciate your time here at Snake Nook. Hurricane and I would like to say that we hope you have a good one. Bye. That was the dog, Harley, not Hurricane the snake. Okay, bye.